Hello my dear students, I hope you all are well. So once again welcome back to your geography class. In the last video I have discussed the general information regarding hydrosphere and the basic difference between sea waves and ocean currents, right? So let's recall these waves and ocean currents once more. What is the waves? Waves means nothing but the rise and fall of the ocean water in a vertical direction, and contrary of this, the ocean current is the horizontal movement of water from one place to another place. So here only one difference is present, that is the direction. Waves means the vertical movement, current means the horizontal movement. Now the one most important thing behind this is the responsible factor. What is the responsible factor that generally causes these waves as well as the ocean current? Yes, here the important responsible factor is wind. Okay, so when the wind will blow over the seas, over the ocean, then by the effect of wind, the water that is present there, they will start their movements. Okay, so wind is the basic important factor over the waves and ocean currents. Now the next point of this chapter or topic of this chapter is tides. Okay, so what is tide? If you want to write it in a definition form, you can write the rise and fall of the water that is present on the earth due to the gravitational pull of moon and sun. That is known as tide. Again I am repeating this, the rise and fall of the water of the earth's surface due to the gravitational pull or gravitational attraction of the moon and the sun. That is known as tides. Now here so many different terminologies are present. What are they? Number one, see what is written, tidal waves. Now the tides generally affects the water that is present on the surface of the water body till the bottom of the water body. Okay, so the entire water body is generally affected by the tides. Now tidal waves, the sea waves that is originated due to the tides, known as tidal waves. In the oceans, in the seas, we can see that tidal waves. Done? Now the next point is, what is tides? Again the same thing. The tides is nothing but the rise of the water present in the water body and its movement from the sea to the coast. That is known as tide. So here one important information is there, like tides, it always moves from the ocean towards the coastal region, right? And the resultant water level is known as high tide water. And the resultant water level is known as high tide water. Second one is ebb. Ebb means completely opposite of tide. In tide we can see that water level is going up, okay, or it is rising up. But in ebb the water level will be falling down. So the fall of water that is present in the water bodies due to the gravitational attraction of sun and moon and its movement from the coast towards the sea. So here in ebb the water it generally moves from the coastal region to the sea. Now here in tides, water was moving from the sea to coast, and completely opposite of this is ebb. In ebb, the water it will move from the coast towards the sea. So here again the directions are different. And the resultant water level is known as low tide water. Obviously in tide, the level of water it generally rise up. So that's why it is high tide water, and in ebb the water level generally lower down. That's why it is known as low tide water. So I hope this is quite clear. Now another important terminology is there, that is tidal range or tide range. What is that? The difference between high tide water and low tide water. Okay, it is known as tidal range or tide range. So the level of water you need to measure. So the high tide water minus low tide water, that means the difference between high tide water and low tide water is known as tidal range. I hope this is quite clear to you all. Next, we will talk about the factors responsible for this tide. Next topic is the factors that affects the tides. Okay, so as I mentioned in the definition, the rise and fall of the water due to the gravitational pull of the two heavenly bodies, that is sun and moon, is the basic reason for tides, right? Now here, before starting this factor, we need to know one important information regarding this, that is apogee and perigee. What is that? So earth, it generally revolves from west to east. We already have learnt it in the rotation and revolution chapter, that earth revolves and rotates from west to east, right? So here the moon, it also revolves from west to east direction. Okay, so whenever the distance between earth and moon, it becomes the most or the longest, then it is known as apogee. And when the distance will be the shortest between earth and moon, it will be known as perigee. Now here we need to look into one important factor. Now see, here the distance between earth and moon is shortest, and here it is the farthest. So when the distance between earth or moon will be the shortest, then obviously the part that is facing the sun, the part of the earth that is facing the moon, obviously the water will be go outside. Why? Due to the huge gravitational pull of the moon, because this part, it is facing towards moon and moon is the closest to this earth. So obviously the moon will apply the huge gravitational attraction over this region, and from here the water body will be going outside. Going outside means the water will rise and then it will cause the tides. Okay, but in the other hand, when the distance between earth and moon will be the farthest, then what will happen? The gravitational attraction between them will be the least one. Okay, so obviously the water will go outside, but the amount will be very less. So here also tide will occur, but the amount of tide will not so be high. Okay, the amount that will be not so high, but here high tide will be occurred. So that is the basic factors behind this tides. So first factor is distance. When the distance will be the closest one, then obviously the effect will be more. Now I want to give you one simple example. Now I am standing here, one person is standing this side and another person is standing this side. So I can pull this person very quickly and easily, but I can't pull that person easily. Why so? Because the distance, right? When the distance will be short, then obviously the attraction will be more. Like this, from here the water will be bulged out. But when the distance will be more, then obviously the attraction, the power of attraction will be less. Then the bulging will be there, but it will not so high. Done? And what about sun? Obviously sun, it is far more away from the earth, right? So sun has also one gravitational attraction over earth, but the amount of attraction is not so high as the moon. Okay, so I hope this factor is clear. So in the factor, two basic things we need to look into. One is gravitational attraction, another one is distance, and what is perigee and what is apogee. So I hope this topic is quite clear, and after this video I am going to put some important questions. Please try to solve this. Till then, thank you and take care.